Hello friends and welcome to another Bluebird Art Studios video. My name is Miss Emma and today we'll be creating a watercolor painting of cats for Valentine's Day. So for this project you're going to need a selection of paintbrushes, pencil, watercolor paper, a testing strip for your paint, a selection of watercolors, a sponge, and water. Let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is sketch out where our cats are going to go. We'll take our pencil and create a circle about halfway up the canvas, a little bit to the left. After we've made our first circle about here, we'll make our second just under it and to the right. This one will be a little bit smaller than our first. These will be the heads of our cats. After this, I'm going to start about right here to the side on the bottom of the first one we've made and create a curved line going down from our canvas. I'll make another to create the other side of the neck. But once I get to this area, we're going to curve it outward. We'll do a similar thing in the opposite direction for our other circle. We'll create a kind of curved organic line going down, and then another one that goes down a bit, and then curves outward to create a body. For the first tail of our cat, we're going to start at the bottom here and create another line curving up and then going around like this. I want to make the tip of the tail a little bit rounder, curl it into a bit of a ball, and then go back down creating the other side of this tail, all the way to the bottom of the canvas. We'll repeat this process for our other cat as well, creating a ball at the end and curling it back down. Now we're going to navigate back to our heads. I'll start at the side of the first one that we did and create a line that curves up, and the same on the other side. Then I'll just make it go straight back down to the head on both to create the ears. We'll do the same thing for our other cat and finish them off with a line. Now that we have this done, there's one more step with our pencil. To create the nose for each cat, we're going to go to the middle of the face and create a circled off upside down triangle, just like this, adding one to both of our cats' faces. Now we can erase any intersecting lines we don't need, like the ones connecting the ears and the head, as well as the ones separating the head from the body. Now that we've finished sketching out where our cats are going to go, we're going to make the background color. I'll take my largest brush, dip it in the water, and use our water, sponge method to make sure I have enough water on my brush. And then we want to make a pink color for the background. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the red and then bring this from the color palette to my mixing palette right here. And I'll just keep adding color and mixing with water until I have enough to cover the entirety of our background. Now, before we bring this color to our paper, we can test it out on a test strip to make sure that the watercolor is actually the color that we want for our background. Once we're happy with our color, we can move it to our paper. As we move this color around our background, we're going to be very careful not to go over any of the lines that we've made with our pencil. We'll do our best to work quickly so that the paint can dry evenly and in one layer. After we're done with our background, we're going to take our detail brush and use the same color that we made to color in the noses of the cats. Now after we've let our paper dry, I'm going to take my sponge and clean off our mixing palette before we move on to the next step. I'll just take the wet sponge and pull it down the palette until it's clean. After this, I'm going to take my small brush and mix up some black onto our palette. We'll do our best to make sure that this color isn't very watered down. We want it to be as dark as possible, just like that. After we've mixed up our black, we're going to take it to our first cat. I'm beginning by carefully painting in the outlines of his body and the body itself. Now I'm going ahead with the same brush and painting in the main area of the head. You don't have to get super close to the edges of the head with your small brush because afterwards we're going to switch to our detail brush to make sure that we get the best outline we can. I'll load my brush up with some black and then carefully go in and create that outline. Do our best to get a sharp point on the ears, and then carefully go around the nose. And while we have our detail brush, we're going to go ahead and do that tail as well. After we finish painting in our black cat, we're going to make absolutely sure that our background is completely dry, and then take our eraser and erase any pencil marks that we can around the white cat. Alright, after we've erased our pencil lines, I'm going to grab my detail brush once more. I'll mix up a bit of a darker red or pink, and we'll create a few hearts right above our cats. I'll start with a big one right here, and then two smaller ones coming up from that. After you've finished this step, we are done with today's painting. Thank you for watching, creative friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you've had fun creating this masterpiece with me today. We'd love to see what you've created, so feel free to share your art with us. See you next time, and stay artsy.